Welcome in YouTube to Final Fantasy XIV Ambellina Initari Through the Maelstrom. We are in patch 2.2 now, I believe. That's the Through the Maelstrom patch. Just to give you an update on my family. Wife and I had twins. So YouTube, this is a straight to YouTube video, and you will probably be getting some more of these as time goes on, as we adjust and try to figure out a schedule that I can stream again. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let me know what you thought of this video. And that you can usually catch me live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at twitch.tv/CalebGames here, where I start streaming usually between 9 and 10 a.m. Pacific time, and I go until around 2 p.m. Pacific time. But as I just got done explaining, it's a little iffy at the moment. So anyway, YouTube, I love you, and let's get on over to the gameplay, where we are going to, we're gonna do the Through the Maelstrom. So I think we pick this up in Mordona. So let's head there. Okay. It's this way. I had to remember. Listen. It's been a couple weeks since I played. I don't know where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. Pretty sure we talked to everyone already. Yeah. I think we did that at the end of the last part. Alright, Still Waters. Is it going to be voice acted or not? Nope. Truly, there is no rest for the weary. Scarce had I begun to make myself at home when I received a request for assistance from Ambellina & Sons Mineral Concern. It would appear their storehouse in Horizon has been the target of a series of covert robberies. Minor as they seemed in isolation, occasional discrepancies in the manifests were long dismissed as clerical errors. It was only during the concern's annual audit that a pattern became apparent. Significant quantities of crystals, and only crystals, were missing. I hardly need to tell you what that may imply. Oh, you're right, Manphilia. You are correct. The brass blades charged with investigating the thefts believe that someone within the concern is selling the crystals for profit. Alas, they have as yet been unable to identify a likely suspect, and the concern's proprietors have grown frustrated by their lack of progress. Needless to say, I would not have agreed to intervene had the stolen goods been of merely monetary value. If there is even a possibility that the thief acts not out of self-interest, but in service to a primal, we can ill afford to wait for the blades to realize their mistake. Pray depart for Horizon at your earliest convenience. Rendezvous with Y'shtola when you arrive. She and Thancred have already begun a preliminary investigation. I have every confidence that the three of you will get to the bottom of these thefts. I only hope our fears prove unfounded when you do. Yes. Bum 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 bum. Boy, I'll tell you that load time. When you arrive in Horizon, be sure to speak with Y'shtola. She will inform you as to the latest developments. For my part, I shall continue to speak with the concern's representatives. They may have additional information which could be of use. Let's see if anyone's talking points out here have changed. Is it not wonderful, Ambellina? Alright, that's the same thing he said at the end of the last one. Wait. I take it you have come to study the tomes as well. It's very, very important to broaden your knowledge, as Y'shtola says. Take me with you, Ambellina. Please, I said I wanted to take on greater responsibilities, but I didn't expect her to heap totems. That's the same thing she said last time too, okay. I think they all are saying the same thing. Yep, nothing's changed yet. So then let's just go to Horizon. We'll just teleport straight there. It's in Thanolin, you know? You know, Thanolin. Thanolin. She's supposed to be like right over here. Yeah. Ah, Ambellina, your assistance is most welcome. I have already spoken at length with the brass blades of the Rose, albeit to little avail. It would seem that the thieves took great pains to conceal their activities. I could go into further detail, but your time might be better spent in conversation with Fufalupa. He is the officer charged with leading the investigation, and I would only be repeating that which he related to me. If aught eluded my attention, mayhap it will not elude yours. Okay. Mamina. Ooh. Cutscene. Well, I guess since we're doing this on a recording, I can hide that. Well, hello there, Ambellina, was it? Y'shtola said to expect you. Terrible business, these thefts. We have yet to confirm the quantity of crystals stolen, but I dare say it may be greater than... Ah, but never mind that. I have news to share. A short while ago, the driver of a heavily laden carriage refused to halt for inspection and broke through one of our checkpoints on the Royal Allegan Sunway. The cart bolted off toward Eastern Thanolin where, thank the gods, I hear that our colleagues were able to apprehend them without further incident. A speeding carriage. That would seem a curious choice for thieves of such proven cunning. Yet the Amalja do have a foothold in Eastern Thanolin. And what of their cargo? Did they carry the crystals we seek? We should be receiving a report any moment now, but I fail to see what else it could. Did you miss me, friends? I'm back, but I fear I come bearing disappointing news. Or on second thought, perhaps it's good news after all. Thancred, wherever have you been off to? I figured you had everything under control here, so I just took a brief excursion to the east to check up on our Amalja friends. And wouldn't you believe it, I happened upon a runaway carriage on the way, and even was able to do my small part to help my friends in the Brass Blades intercept it. In all my years, I have never seen such a prodigious quantity of somnus. The Blades were calling it one of the greatest hauls they've ever seen. The stolen crystals, on the other hand, were nowhere to be found. Is that so? Alas, I suppose we have no choice but to resume our search elsewhere. We should reassess our options as well. Come with us, Ambellina. Dun 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 da 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 ba 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 da ba da. I don't have far to go. He's literally right over here. I got on the thing for nothing. And so we find ourselves back where we began. Oh, what have I overlooked? Against all expectations, it would seem the Amalja are innocent of this particular spate of crimes. By all indications, they have yet to replenish the stores of crystals exhausted during their last attempt to summon Ifrit. What I can't fathom is why anyone else would go to such lengths to obtain crystals, and in such quantities. It cannot be that we are dealing with simple thieves. If their motive were profit, why would they limit their trade to crystals alone? Plainly, we are missing something. While you think about what it might be, I shall inform Urianger of our progress, or lack thereof. Bum bum bum.
Now then.
Ooh, voice acting.
Tis I. The situation may be more complicated than we anticipated.
Oh, I need to get rid of my webcam.
Indeed, I shall remain watchful. Ere thou goest, another matter requireth thine attention. A young maiden, full eager to... Wherefore inquirest thou of her fairness? Oh, very well. Be she damsel or devil, I shall direct her steps to Revenant's Toll. Save thine insinuations for one given to such impropriety. Thou shalt not find me amenable.
I forgot about their little back and forth banter.
Far across the sea from the land of Domar have we traveled. We seek audience with the ruler of these lands. Who here speaks for you?
It's Yugiri! Look at those horns! But you can't tell that they're horns. Mayhap we're supposed to think she's just an elf. I don't know. We don't need any of the earrings. Y'shtola, do you say the same thing you said before? Mayhap a more subtle approach is in order. Nope, nope. Any bright ideas? A solitary flash of insight? No? Well then, for want of a better suggestion, I say we try picking Fufalupa's brain again. Who knows? If we work together, we may yet find something of use nestled away within it. Oh, but it is good to see you return. I have given some thought to the matter, and I have just hit upon a most disturbing possibility. How could I have been so blind? Calm yourself, Fufalupa. What is this disturbing possibility of which you speak? I was contemplating as to how the thieves' activities escaped our notice for so long, and then it came to me. What if there was someone among our own ranks conspiring with them? A traitor in our own midst? It would be most unfortunate if your fears proved well-founded, Fufalupa. Indeed, if for reasons of security, the concern decided to transfer the remaining crystals stored in Horizon to another location, their plans would be discovered the moment the brass blades were informed. Ah, but such a shipment surely would be well guarded. Would thieves as wily as ours risk open confrontation? Mayhap not, but neither would the concern be eager to present them with such an obvious target. Nay, they might instead elect to carry out the transfer in secret, to entrust the goods to, let us say, a lone Makot miner, traveling without escort so as to not attract undue attention. But who? Ah, I see. Yes, the concern may well elect to do that, but to travel with so much cargo would be a strenuous task indeed. And this miner would certainly need to rest upon the way, mayhap north of the bridge to Hammerley. A fine spot for a rest, would you not agree, Ambellina? Alas, the role of the Makote miner is taken, so you will lie in wait to the north and I will do the same to the south. Forgive me, my friends, but I have received new orders. I must inform my men at once. That's not sketchy at all. Right as we're making a plan and you're talking about a mole amongst your midst and we come up with a plan and then you just disappear? Call me a cynic, but I would be surprised if these thieves lay down their arms and surrender. See that you come prepared to offer them encouragement. Okay. All right. Let's talk to Miner Y'shtola, who is very much a miner. Okay. Meaning no offense, miss, I'd sooner be left in peace. And then if you go north here, we can see little old Thancred standing over in the tree line. Come on. What are you doing, Ambellina? If the thieves approach from the north, there will be no one there to stop them. Well, then I should probably go get in position, shouldn't I? There's a rainbow? I've never noticed a rainbow here before. Not even gonna pretend that I have. Lie in wait for the thieves. Movement in the distance catches your eye. Gods, no matter, kill them. Holy. Unknown Ravager. Oh, there's more. I ain't dying in this godforsaken hellhole. Let me just get right here in between. Oh. That guy died so quick. Oh, and so will this desert heist. Now, I have to go check if Thancred's line changes now that we've been in combat. Bumped into the thieves, did you? I don't suppose any of them are still breathing, are they? I thought not. Well, no sense keeping our minor friend waiting then. I actually, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect his line to have changed at all. But I'm glad I checked. Stoller. Stubborn to the last, as I expected. You are unharmed? A gang of sea wolf thieves. And in Thanalin, no less. I suppose there's a first time for everything. Sea wolves? All of them? Aye. And all with the same taste in facial tattoos. Blue, in case you were wondering. Our thieves are a long way from home. Love how Ambellina's just looking back and forth. Thancred, if you would be so good as to attend to the outstanding matters in Horizon, I have inquiries to make. To Horizon, then. Fufalupa will want to hear about your meeting with the thieves. Do-do-do, do-do-do. Okay, so let's fly back to Horizon. A final temptation. Whoop. Split the gap. Fufalupa. We'll talk to Thancred first. This tale does not require a bard's embellishment. Simply tell Fufalupa what transpired. Okay. If you insist. On behalf of the Brass Blades of the Rose, I thank you for your service to Horizon. Ah, but we have not been idle. While you were afield, we succeeded in identifying the traitor within our ranks. Is that so? Then by your leave, I should very much like to have a word with the fellow in private. Ah, no. I am afraid that will not be possible. Regrettably, he, managed to subdue the unit of blades dispatched to detain him and made good his escape. Oh, for the love of... And how did he manage that, exactly? Your men haven't been sampling that somnus we confiscated, have they? Or was he a giant in disguise? No, but he was quite strong. A sea-wolf, Lominson born and raised, I believe, but do not worry, we will find him. You have my word on that. I see. Pray keep me apprised of any developments. Yes? She's standing next to me? Understood. I fear our time together is at an end, my friend. Your services are required elsewhere. Awfully disappointing, I know, but one must follow where duty leads. You might try to look a little disappointed. Or do you mean to give me another one of your stoic nods? You do, don't you? Oh. I love it. I love it so much. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, Thancred. The Mother of Exiles. The antecedent bid me tell you to make for Vesper Bay, where young Alfino awaits your coming most eagerly. It was he who requested your assistance. Some commotion or incident. I am not privy to the details. While you do whatever it is that Alfino has planned for you, I shall endeavor to track down our traitorous brass blade. And when I do, you may rest assured that we will have our answers. You do know Alfino hates to be kept waiting, don't you? Ah, but of course you do. Carry on, then. Well, I do have 77 of these Vesper Bay Aetheryte tickets, so let's go ahead and use one. The Mother of Exiles. Alright, Alfino. You are late. No matter, I know where our visitors are headed. From what I have been able to gather, this vessel belongs to a band of Domans who seek an audience with the Sultana. You are familiar with Doma, yes? In Orford? Well, like the rest of the nations of the Eastern continent, it is ruled by the Garlean Empire. Given our visitors' unannounced arrival, as well as the state of their ship, I suspect they did not leave their homeland under the best circumstances. Needless to say, I should be very interested to hear their tale. And more importantly, what they know of the current state of affairs in the Empire. Such information could prove most useful. We would be fools not to pursue this opportunity, do you not think? Come with me to Uldar, Ambellina. Unless I am mistaken, and I am rarely mistaken, we will find the Domans bickering with a Sultan Sorn on the Royal Promenade. You are uncertain of your role in the proceedings. Insurance, my friend. If our guests are not themselves Imperial agents, it seems fair to assume that they may be being pursued by some. And if not, who better than you to have a hand in the event of an unforeseen diplomatic incident? Besides, I do so enjoy your sparkling repartee. Satisfied? Good. I shall see you in Uldar. Can we see that their ship is like a little run down? I guess a little bit. This is not a very big ship at all. Gosh, can you imagine sailing across an ocean in that thing? Or a sea? Goodness. That would be sketchy. To Uldar. I should return around and teleport to the Royal Promenade. The Chamber of Rule. And it's directly this way. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, we don't even get to, like, talk to him ahead of time. That's fine. It matters not how many times you ask. Without the necessary permissions, none shall pass. Pray understand, good sir. We have not the leisure to lodge a formal petition. Time is of the essence. All that I ask is that you summon your superior. Allow me to plead my case. Surely you can grant us that small kindness. Away with you and darken these doors no longer. I will not ask again. You know not what you do. I gather your pleas fell upon deaf ears. A loyal man with a cold heart. I know his kind well. I hope that you will find me more to your liking. Alfino Levieux, at your service. A friend. which I believe makes me very nearly unique. In this part of the world, at least. Few indeed are your allies in Uldar, yet you will need some if you wish to endear yourselves to the wealthy and powerful. Pray join me and my associates in the quicksand. There you may explain your situation to us, and we shall see if there is aught we can do to help. Alright, Bartholomew, I have some words for you. None may enter the fragrant chamber without permission. I must ask that you step away from the doors, madam. Alright, fine. That seems fair enough, actually. And now, I will jump down this way. We're to head to the quicksand. I probably actually should have made this quicker by going to a, Ethernet, but it's fine. In my head, the quicksand was much closer through an exit than it actually was. We would be most grateful of any assistance you and Master Alfino can offer. It has been ever so long since we last set foot on dry land. I truly hope this marks the end of our journey. Master Alfino's associate, yes? We have been waiting for you. I trust you are ready to begin. Please let it be voice acted.
We have traveled some several thousand miles across the sea, from the nation of Doma, in hopes that we might find sanctuary in these lands.
Sanctuary, Lady Yugiri?
Aye. Lying within Othard, Doma was under the dominion of the Garlean Empire, as I'm sure you are aware. When the War of Succession broke out in Garlemald, we espied an opportunity to free ourselves from the yoke of imperial oppression and took up arms.
Good.
Only to be crushed. And so
I take it back.
What few Domans escaped the reckoning and guided them hither to your shores.
A war of succession? Then the Emperor... Forgive me. You said that Doma was under Imperial rule, did you not?
Doma is gone. Razed to the ground as an example to the other provinces.
Oof.
12 have mercy. And your people?
On a ship anchored in Vesper Bay, flying borrowed colors.
Ah.
Many were complicit in the rebellion, or akin to those who were. They will not come ashore until I send word that it is safe to do so.
Honestly, that seems more than fair.
I sought an audience with your rulers, but was summarily refused.
The lords of Uldar are not wont to entertain foreign refugees without suitable encouragement.
Mayhap I was foolish to expect otherwise, but our supplies run low and we have young ones in urgent need of care. I have seen the tents outside the gates, however. We are not the first to seek asylum, nor will we be the last.
Be that as it may, Uldar is no friend to Garlemald. Your tale would stir the hearts of many men and women here. The Sultana and the Syndicate will not be so easily swayed, but I shall see that you are granted an opportunity to plead your case.
This is within your power?
I would think so.
Well, far be it from me to boast, but I do have the ear of certain influential individuals.
I am in your debt.
Lady Yugiri, forgive me for observing, but your choice of attire seems like to evoke feelings of mistrust.
Men are wont to fear the unfamiliar. We know this from experience. We seek only to spare the people of Uldar unnecessary disquiet.
valid because she is a aura.
I shall defer to your experience then.
And as of this expansion, aura were not common in
I thank you for
Eorzea.
your understanding.
It seems I have urgent business with the Flame General. I leave our guests in your capable hands.
Okay. All right. Yugiri. First, let's talk to Kasasagi and Kikyo. We are grateful beyond measure for this kindness. Lady Yugiri labors day and night for the good of our people. She's an inspiration to us all, yet I worry for her health. If I may, madam, as I said earlier, we have been at sea for several moons, and our supplies are all but spent. I have not the heart to repeat the tales of our tribulations, nor would it please you to listen to them. I think, suffice it to say, however, sacrifices have been made. Though it shames me to beg for more when you have already offered so much, desperation compels me. Good madam, if you or your associates could spare any provisions, anything at all, it would go a long way to lessen the suffering of my people. Alright, I'll talk to Momodi. Hells, why didn't you say so sooner, Ambellina? Of course I'll help. You couldn't have picked a better day. To tell the truth, a wealthy merchant and his entourage were due to have a banquet here on the morrow. See, but just sent word they can't come, meaning I've got a boatload of foodstuffs and no one to feed. Best of all, they paid for the lot in advance. Ha ha! Go on, call on Frideru and Catherine at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Tell them I said to ship the little prince's order to the Waking Sands. Oh, and if they argue, just show him those letters. That should set them straight. Can I go back and tell her that I've got stuff now? I would not ask if the circumstances were not dire. Please, any provisions you can spare would be greatly appreciated. Okay. Oh, come on. Jump over. There we go. I should have turned left earlier. But it's okay. We'll loop around and come back. Catherine. My, that's a rather odd request. Mayhap you misheard her instructions. You know, you shouldn't encourage them like this. They'll start to expect it. Mark my words. Alright, we see how Ul'dah is actually about its refugees. She's in the business of feeding refugees now. I ain't normally one to question Mistress Momodi's judgment, but that doesn't seem wise to me. I'll not speak for the children, but if you ask me, any man what can earn a crust deserves to go. What can't earn a crust deserves to go hungry. Y'all kinda suck. You should be helpful. You should do it with a kind heart. Alright, their stuff hasn't changed yet. They didn't give you any trouble, did they? Good. Now go and tell Lady Yugiri it's all in hand. I dared not hope for such magnanimity, much less expect it. Mistress Momodi is generous indeed. I shall be sure to thank her most humbly. Lady Yugiri, I briefed the Flame General on your situation. I think you will be pleased with his reply. We have been granted an audience? Before the Sultana and the Syndicate both. We should return to the Royal Promenade at once. You have done much for us, Master Alphino. I swear we shall return the favor. Naught is owed, Lady Yugiri, for naught has been given. This small favor you fairly won with your words. and it is with words that you must win the favor of the Syndicate. Then I shall choose them with care. You will be accompanying us, yes? Good. Your presence may serve to remind the Syndicate of the true meaning of philanthropy, and that nothing so unpalatable will be required of them, assuming the Domans are willing to earn their keep. Come, the Flame General awaits us on the Royal Promenade. General Raban. Do, 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 do. Speak with Raban on the Royal Promenade. Do, 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 do. Bum, bum, ba-da, ba-da, ba-da-dum. Sprint. 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 Oh, so many people to talk to. We must take pains to illustrate how accepting the Domans would benefit Uldar. Only then might the Syndicate be swayed. Bards sing of wars which decided the fates of nations, but a single word spoken within a council chamber is more like to decide that of mine own. I have heard that the Sultana is a kind and generous ruler. Of the Syndicate I have heard less flattering things. We are all enemies of Garlemald, is it not fitting that we should join forces? I wish to greet our guests beforehand and offer my support for their cause. Doman, Uldan, it matters not to me. Birthplace does not equate to birthright in mine eyes. I take great pride in my establishments for this very reason. The Platinum Mirage in particular serves as a showcase for the talents of countless men and women born beyond our borders. A pleasure, Ambellina. The others are already inside. Let's not keep them waiting. I'm pretty sure this one's voice acted. At least I hope it is.
I, Yugiri of Domar, am honored to meet you at last, Your Grace. To mark this auspicious occasion, I should like to present to you the finest treasures our humble nation has to offer. Alas, the circumstances which have brought me here today have divested me of both time and dignity. I come before you as a pauper in direst need of aid, to request that you grant my people asylum.
I, Nanamo, 17th in the line of Ul, welcome you to our city. Be at ease, Lady Yugiri. Although I myself have heard the tale of your misfortune, I would ask that you recount it once more for the benefit of the others here present.
As you wish, Your Grace. For many years, my nation, Domar, suffered under the yoke of imperial rule, and my people yearned to be free. Thus, when a war of succession broke out in Garlemald, we sought to take advantage of the chaos and reclaim our liberty. Alas, our enemy proved less preoccupied than we had hoped, and our rebellion was put down in the most brutal fashion.
Those who survived, how many do they number?
More than 200 souls huddle within the cramped confines of our own galleon's hold. Yet this figure accounts for but one of a number of ships which escaped the Purge. It is my hope that you will allow us all to dwell within your walls. Should that prove unfeasible, however, I humbly ask that you accept as many of my people as your resources allow. Pray understand, we do not beg a boon, but propose instead an arrangement. We would serve as soldiers or tradesmen until our debt is repaid.
Come on, controller. There we go. Sorry.
What are the Syndicate's opinions on this matter?
I, for one, think it's a marvelous idea. Lady Yugiri and her people strike me as an industrious lot, and there are parts of the city which have yet to be fully restored. If they are willing to work, I see no reason not to let them.
I can't stand Telegia Alegi. Oh, the snake. He makes you think he's on their side. Oh. Ugh.
The head of the Mirage Trust is not known for his generosity. He sees profit in this.
At least Alfino knows.
I agree. That said, these are foreign refugees. To admit them would require a formal resolution. Shall we call a vote?
The law is the law.
Lord Lolorito?
Tell me, are you blind or willfully ignorant? Even now, our streets are choked with the displaced victims of the Calamity and Alamigan refugees.
Can't stand Lolorito either, though.
They live hand to mouth, subsisting on aid provided by the immortal flames, the cost of which grows ever higher. The wealth of Ul'dah is not without limits, my friends. And need I remind you that these refugees are prone to violence and criminal activity? You have all read the reports, I think.
You... Oh.
Without homes or employment, it is only a matter of time before men grow desperate and take that which they imagine has been unjustly denied them. Yet, knowing this, you would have us swell their ranks. Mayhap you think the brass blades and the flames are not hard-pressed enough?
Some say the chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company passes Gil thrice daily. This may explain how he came to be the wealthiest man in Ul'dah. Or it may simply be that he's ruthless beyond reckoning.
Surely the Sultanate can support the few hundred domins Lady Yugiri represents. That our resources have been taxed, I do not deny. But we are hardly in danger of financial collapse.
Go Nanamo.
I move that an exception be made.
An exception, Your Grace? I am suddenly reminded of a similar debate some years ago regarding a number of Alamigan refugees, if memory serves. What were your words that day? Yes, the law is the law, and so our visitors remained in Little Alamigo. Mayhap our wise and benevolent Sultana would be so good as to enlighten us as to which other of our laws should not be upheld.
Mind your tongue, Lolorito.
My lord, I share your concern for the welfare of our great nation, but we must endeavor to take a longer view. You know as well as I that people can be a resource still more precious than Gil.
Precious or not, they were never yet so reliable. And unlike those who frequent your establishment, I have no desire to gamble with my future.
Oh.
Ul'dah's greatest asset is, and has ever been, her material wealth. We risk this at our peril.
There's definitely not some, real-world parallels being drawn here.
One need only look to Teleji Adeleji's example for evidence of the danger in allowing sentiment to dictate policy. How far the vaunted Mirage have fallen, both in repute and profitability, since he began employing refugees.
How I choose to conduct my affairs is not your concern, my lord.
A proposal has been tabled. Given its urgency, I move we forego further debate and call a vote. To accept the Doman refugees or not. Those in favor, I bid you remain. Those opposed, I bid you leave.
That is one way to do it. No. God, can you imagine having to sit there and listen to people like debate over your livelihood?
Would that it were within my power to welcome you and your people, Lady Yugiri. As you have observed, however, my authority in such matters is regrettably limited. Without the consent of the Syndicate, I cannot act.
I understand, Your Grace, and I appreciate all that you have done on our behalf.
The nerve of the man! If that bastard had not forsaken the eastern trade route, little Alamigo would now be thriving. Oh, that you should have traveled so far under such dire circumstances, only to be refused in this manner is utterly unconscionable. Pray, accept my sincerest apologies.
Now that the Empire no longer poses an immediate threat, they see little reason to maintain the pretense of unity. The monetarists have grown especially defiant of late. Lord Lolorito most of all. But this is neither the time nor place for that discussion.
Might actually be the perfect time and place for that discussion. Rob on? Alright. As Lord Lolorito goes, so goes the Syndicate. It bears repeating that Lord Lolorito does not speak for the Syndicate. The others harbor doubts, I will allow, but in time they shall see the error of their ways. Prone to violence and criminal activity, who is he to speak of us thus? Are we to be punished for sins we may never commit? Did they not hear Lady Yugiri's pleas? How can they turn us away knowing what we have endured? My people could not endure another long sea voyage, but if Uldar will not accept us, what choice have we? As you observed, Lolorito is not afraid to speak his mind, nor is he like to change it. Oft have I wondered how a man so skilled at weighing the worth of things should be so incapable of seeing the value in people. Bah! I will waste no more words on him, not when the Domans are yet in need of aid. Everyone, follow me to the Hall of Flames. Okay. Jinlins, I won't be seeing you on this character. No paladin for me. We'll do the Aetheryte Plaza. That's going to be the closest teleport. And then we go this way. And there's a poor man just still passed out drunk. Mayhap I should have considered the likelihood of failure more deeply beforehand. I will not deny that certain portions of the refugee population have been a burden on the Sultanate, but I take issue with my counterpart's contention that they account for the majority. In this they are plainly mistaken. Even so, we must not think ill of them for wishing to protect our great nation. Is there naught we can do to earn the approval of these Uldons? We do not wish to live by the grace of others. We want to work. We want to contribute. A galleon is no place for my people, for any people to call home. This cannot continue. The Syndicate has spoken, and I see no point in moving that the matter be reconsidered. The monetarists have made their position clear. Agreed. Uldar is not an option. Nor are Limsa Lominsa or Gridania, I judge given the state of their internal affairs, which leaves our Doman friends confined to a ship. Gods, the thought of them huddled in an airless hold with no hope of better treatment. Would that I had more time to find an alternative, a place not bound by the concerns of the great nations. Minfilia. That is precisely what I wish to discuss. I understand the Syndicate's decision, I do. We all wish to preserve that which is ours, especially when we believe it to be under siege. But I cannot meekly accept this judgment, not while my people suffer. Would it be out of the question for the Sultanate to accept us for a limited time? A week, mayhap, or even just a few days. Excellent. I shall keep you informed. Lady Yugiri, I have a proposal, if you would hear it. Out with it, Master Alfino. The headquarters of my order, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, stands in a place called Revenant's Toll, an outpost in Mordona. Like most outposts, it is frequented by mercenaries and other men of action, and lacks the comforts of more well-established settlements. However, the leaders of Revenant's Toll have been doing their utmost to change that. To that end, they have need of able-bodied individuals willing to work as frontier hands. Hard labor, lest you doubt, with naught save food and shelter by way of reward. Terms not unlike those which you yourself propose, Lady Yugiri. Though I will not hear a word said against our beloved Uldar, Revenant's Toll would offer certain advantages, the absence of unhelpful bureaucracy being the most obvious. If they can accommodate us all, we shall gladly accept. Master Alfino, once again I find myself in your debt. Pray do not thank me, my lady. The life your people go to is one of hard labor and few comforts, as I told you. And before that, there remains the matter of how they may safely be borne to Revenant's Toll, which will be no small feat, considering the distance and their present condition. Mayhap the Uldon Adventurers Guild can be of assistance. Look for me there anon, Ambellina. Lady Yugiri, if you and your people would accompany me, we may discuss what aid the Immortal Flames can provide. And now I must go to the Adventurers Guild. To talk with Master Alfino here. We are concerned that the Doman refugees may find the journey to Revenant's Toll too much to bear. Too long have they been sequestered aboard their ship, with insufficient supplies and scarce room enough to breathe, let alone stretch their limbs. With that in mind, Mistress Momodi has kindly offered to accommodate the Domans until such time as they are ready to set out for Mordona. Those healthy enough to travel will embark as soon as transportation has been secured, while those too weak to leave at once will be permitted to stay until they regain their strength. She's so helpful. I love Momodi. What news? Transportation remains our greatest obstacle, General. Is there aught the Immortal Flames can do? I fear that exceeds our mandate. Were it a smaller number, mayhaps it would go unnoticed. But the Syndicate will not bear the cost of escorting more than 200 Domans to Mordona. When government fails to act, the responsibility falls to us private citizens. I will engage the services of the 77 caravans on the Doman's behalf. Very well. We should begin contract negotiations at once. Your generosity is most welcome, my lord. After all that has befallen these good people, it is the least I can do. Come what may, you shall ever have a friend in Uldar, Lady Yugiri. And you in Revenant's Toll, my lord. Well, it sounds like we all have our work to do. Lady Yugiri, let's put our heads together and settle the details of our arrangement, shall we? I would entrust the task of escorting our Doman friends to you, after you have rested your own road-weary legs, of course. What say you? My legs are rested, Alphino. I say we begin. Yugiri's game. As we speak, the Domans prepare for departure at Vesper Bay, wherefrom they will be transported by carriage to Uldar. That said, this all has been decided rather suddenly, and it would not surprise me if the refugees required some assistance in coordinating their preparations. Ambellina, I would have you return to Vesper Bay and facilitate the process through tasks great and small. In short, whatever must needs be done, do it. Speak with a man named Hozon when you arrive. As Lady Yugiri tells it, he has been designated the leader of the first group. Okay. Do. Hozon and Home. Oh, I can smell the stench on the wind even here. Greetings! Alphino informed me that a scion would be arriving to help with the preparations. I am honored to meet you, though shamed as well. A great warrior should not be tasked with such trivialities. Aye, I knew from a glance what manner of woman you were. I too have some skill at arms, as do many of our people. Pray forgive this trifle, but might I trouble you to help round up the children that have been given into my care? They are most adept at staying hidden from my sight, but perhaps your keen eyes will succeed where I have failed. You have my thanks, friend. Pray seek out my son Hozon. He can tell you more. Oh, hello there! I'm Hozon, son of Hozon. Will you be coming with us to Uldar? I hear we're traveling by horse-bird-drawn carriage. But don't you think they're weird? Giant birds that people ride like horses? I still want to try riding one, but... What's that? You're looking for the others? Oh, don't worry, I already told them get ready for the carriages. I'll need your help, though. We were just finishing a game of hide-and-seek. 3 players are still in hiding, and since Lady Yugiri told us to take it really seriously, they won't move until they're found. But Vesper Bay isn't that big, so I bet you can find them in no time. Well, I bet you I can from an aerial view. Here's one. Hey, you're not Hozon. Who are you? I'm Koharu, Ambellina Initari, eh? I didn't know anyone else was. Wait a minute. You're one of those, stallions, aren't you? No, scion. Scions! Then you must know Lady Yugiri. Right? Isn't she great? She's really good at hide-and-seek, too. Alright, it's almost time to go. Nice meeting you, Ambellina. Do. Oh, I see another one hiding over here. Are you playing? Ah, no fair. Hozon didn't say anything about adults. Huh? We get to ride a horsebird carriage? I don't know. Sounds scary. But if Hozon says it's safe, I'll go. Sorry, I have been fighting like a cold for the last week and a half. While also, taking care of newborn twins. And my throat is shot. How'd you find me? Ah, guess I need to practice more. Or maybe you're just good at this. I mean, the Garleans didn't find me. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. Wonderful! All the children are accounted. Hide and seek. Ah, I see that you are curious. It is quite simple, really. Lady Yugiri thought it best that the children know what to do in case the Garleans found us. I should hope that those days are behind us, but nevertheless, take comfort in knowing that we are prepared. Why we adventure. The first caravan is due to depart shortly, followed by the rest at regular intervals. My family and I, including my stubborn old father Home, will be traveling in the lead carriage together with young Koharu, whom I believe you've already met. Though I understand the road to Uldar is regularly patrolled by your brass blades, It would give us great comfort if you would agree to accompany us on our journey. Once again, I thank you for your kindness. When you are ready to leave, please inform our coachman. I believe I am ready. These reports of a great beast on the road to Ul'dah are most troubling. Fascinating creatures, whence did they come? Oh, grandfather is so lucky. These, horse birds smell terrible. Oh, it's just so fluffy. You gonna be off, are ya? Aye, well, I was meaning to have a word with ye about that. Runner from the Blade says we might have a problem. A fierce-looking beastie's been sighted south of the bridge to Hammerley. Might be as someone's eyes are playing tricks on him, of course. But it don't pay to gamble in this business. Now, I know you can handle yourself in a fight, but this lot here's another story. So I was thinking you might go on ahead and have a quick look around. Make sure the area's safe-like, and if you come across anything dangerous, you know what to do. When you're satisfied the way's clear, meet us outside Horizon. The Blade's telling me the road's there is safe, so I reckon we can make it that far on our own. Assuming the self-same bastards don't try to rob us, that is. Fair enough. Survey the road to Ul'dah for any dangerous beasts. Seems easy enough. I was gonna say, if I do actually remember correctly, we will run across something up here. Let's bring out our chocobo again. You feel an eye upon you. Speak with the Huron coachman outside Horizon. They have wings! So does that mean they can fly? And does that mean we can fly if we ride one? Which do you think would win in a race? A horse or a horse bird? I must say that was a surprisingly pleasant ride. Mayhap the journey to Revenant's Toll will not be so bad after all. It pleases me to see you well. Come, let the coachman know we can continue onward toward Ul'dah. So there was a beastie. Was being the operative word, eh? Haha. Well fought, madam, well fought. Ah, if only I were in better health, I should have been proud to stand at your side. Pay my son no mind. He forgets that his responsibilities preclude acts of daring do. Be that as it may, I cannot help but envy you. Had we been able to call upon heroes of your strength and skill in Doma, things would have been very different. But we cannot change the past. Those who fought and fell are forever lost to us. Lost but not forgotten. Lady Ugiri's kinsmen least of all. They fought fiercest, though they knew full well it was in vain. She had every right to walk away, yet she chose to stay. Food, shelter, promise of a better life, all this and more we owe to her. How does one even begin to repay such a debt? In kind, Father, to she who has given everything, we shall give our all. Whatever work there is to be done, we shall do without question. Ditch digging, bricklaying, it matters not. Revenant's Toll will grow and prosper by our hand. Did they just run under Grandpa's legs? They did. Hey, Miss Ambellina, Koharu and I want to know why you became an adventurer. To go whither the wild rose blooms. So, you like roses? I think I understand. I mean, they're nice and everything, but don't they grow in lots of places? It's my turn now. Excuse me, Miss Ambellina, I've got a question. What's Revenant's Toll like? Is it pretty? Bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers, bastion of civilization and harsh and unforgiving. It is a stone's throw from an imperial castrum. Bustling outpost frequented by countless adventurers. You mean there are lots of people there who are just as strong as you? Oh, I can't wait. Enough, Koharu. It's my turn again. Miss Ambellina, when I'm older, I want to be strong like you. What do I have to do? Seek out new experiences and adventures. Of course! To be a better adventurer, you need to go adventuring. Alright. That's enough questions for Miss Ambellina. That's not fair. Why does Yozan get to ask 2 questions? I want to know about adventuring just as much as he does. Just one more, please. Do you think I could be an adventurer like you one day? Doesn't even give me an option to respond. Really? Then I will. Thanks for the advice, Miss Ambellina. I won't forget it. I'm going to be an adventurer too. When we get to Revenant's Toll, let's make an adventurers guild for Domans. We'll protect our friends and punish the wicked, just like Miss Ambellina and Lady Ugiri. Yeah, just like Miss Ambellina and Lady Ugiri. We can talk more about it in the carriage on the way. Will you be joining us? Oh, I was really hoping it would take us to Revenant's Toll. Mind letting Master Alphino know we're here. I need to stay with the birds. I bet they could keep out an entire legion with those walls. How many steps are there? 100? I'm going to count. Nope, don't want to talk to you again. Would you look at that? It'll be good to sleep in a proper bed for a change, even if it's only for a night. Alright. To the quicksand. Wonder how many steps there are, actually. Now she's got me curious. Do we find out? I don't know. Someday I will. Maybe I'll upload it as its own, like, really short video. Da-ba-da-bum. We welcome your return, Mr. Initari. Has the first group arrived already? Wonderful. Pray inform Master Alphino at once. I pray they do not grow too accustomed to this treatment. It is a welcome respite, to be sure, but a far cry from what we can expect in Revenant's Toll. Ah, Ambellina. I take it the first group has arrived. Excellent. Is there aught else? No, I have matters well in hand here. You and Lady Ugiri should travel to Revenant's Toll forthwith. I'll take the Necklace of Fending. All due respect. It is past time Lady Yugiri met with guild representatives in Revenant's Toll. Since I do not foresee any further matters arising here in Phanolin which might require your personal attention, I would instead have you serve as an escort to the Doman delegation for the duration of the journey. Speak first with Slaffborn upon your arrival. He is the one with whom the Domans will be working most closely, I should think. Afterwards, introduce Lady Yugiri to Minfilia and the guild emissary. If both meetings go well, the resulting ties should stand the Domans in good stead for that which is to come. Safe travels, Ambellina. Alright, we'll teleport to Revenant's Toll. Alright, Slaffborn. And this must be the esteemed Lady Yugiri and her associates. I greet you all as friends and bid you welcome to the Toll. I hope you do not find our dearth of fineries off-putting. Poor though we may seem, we have wealth of spirit and camaraderie to spare. You see, race and creed don't enter into it here. We welcomed all sorts, provided they are willing to earn their keep, of course. You are no strangers to hard work, Master Slaffborn. You may rest assured that we will carry out your orders with due diligence. Oh, not for a moment did I doubt your commitment, my lady. Pray understand, I give the same speech to all new arrivals, and you needn't bow your head or call me master either. We are both frontier hands as far as I'm concerned. As you wish, Slaffborn. May this meeting mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Our guests have yet to meet the antecedent. 7 hells, Ambellina. Why are you wasting your time with me? See them to the Rising Stones. At long last, we have opportunity to prove our worth. You shan't regret this, regret this, madam. Sentries appear more than capable, even so it may be best to forbid people from venturing beyond the walls unescorted for the time being, at least. To whom much is given, much is expected. Forgive me, I require a moment to compose my thoughts before meeting with your leader. We shall join you at the Rising Stones anon. I can't interact with that person, okay. Sing me another song. Oh, Papa Limo is here. As is the case with other distant lands, I have heard rumors of mysterious magics and martial arts. I dare not lead credence to these tales, but I cannot help but hope that some are true. Eorzea may be a land of many cultures and creeds, but I nevertheless suspect that the Domans will struggle to adapt. I wonder what herbs and spices they use in Doma. Maybe there's something I could add to my special tonic. This little thing, it's nothing compared to what the Domans have endured. So many youths these days fail to understand that it is incumbent on everyone to help those in need. That's why it's so wonderful when young men like Hoy Boulder rise to the occasion. Ida, why are you over here alone? Did they really sail that half-rotted ship all the way from Arthur? Isn't that dangerous? What if it had sprung a leak? All valid questions. Is that a pumpkin? No. Okay. Now it's time to go talk to Minfilia. "'Tis no use. Our attempts to reach the students of Baldessian continue to meet with failure. Urianger has explored other avenues of inquiry, but they too have yielded not. We will persevere, of course, yet within our hearts the truth is clear. We are but awaiting confirmation of that which we already know." "How fare the Domans? I am given to understand you were kept quite busy in Vesper Bay." Mayhap you question the wisdom of aiding refugees when the primal threat remains unsolved. I would not blame you if you did, nor would I deny that this matter falls outside our normal purview. Be that as it may, I could not ignore the plight of these refugees, not when it was within our power to help them. Lady Yugiri is here. Please show her in. I should very much like to meet her. Seems like the conversation's going well, at the very least. We have no objections. Pray do so with our blessing. Your answer pleases me beyond words, my lady. But are you quite certain? We have no way of knowing how many might answer my summons. In the event that Revenant's toll could not accommodate us all, we would need to find an alternative solution. Should that come to pass, we will find it together. As ever, it has always been a pleasure. Antecedent? Alas, we must take our leave as the first carriages are due to arrive at any moment. Should you require aught else, pray speak with Slaffborn. Lady Lady Yugiri? Ambellina? I am amazed that none here knew of the War of Succession until we arrived. Have you truly heard naught of what has transpired? I dared not give myself hope in full, but for the first time in many moons I am willing to do so. Mayhap I worry too overmuch. With so many able-bodied adventurers about, what beasts could pose a threat? Flamine and I will make all the necessary preparations to ensure that our Doman friends feel at home upon their arrival. Though I must admit that I am still troubled about the matter of the missing crystals. Y'shtola should be returning anon with a report from a field. Mayhap you could wait here and speak with her upon her arrival. Well, there's all those other scions.
How goes the fishing? Caught anything slippery?
Aye. Our suspicions were well founded. The Serpent Reavers are indeed the culprits.
The plot thickens.
Indeed it does.
Has there been any movement in Thanalan?
It has been blessedly quiet, which is to say the Amalja are being no more or less of a nuisance than usual, summoning Ifrit with such crystals as they have hoarded. Urianger, too, reports not out of the ordinary.
Then we have our explanation.
Your explanation for what, pray tell?
For the recent spate of crystal thefts in Thanalan, we naturally assumed that the trail would lead us back to the Amalja. Yet it did not. It led us across the sea unto Vilbrand.
Vilbrand? There have been reports of increased Sahagin activity of late. Oh gods, they mean to summon Leviathan?
Indeed.
That is the way of it, I fear. Whilst conducting our investigation on behalf of the mineral concern, we came upon evidence implicating the Serpent Reavers. With the aid of the Maelstrom, I was able to verify our suspicions. 'Tis only a matter of time before Leviathan returns to harrow the seas. But there is more. One of the Sahagin, an elder by my judgment, spoke of attaining the gift and knowledge of eternity.
Interesting.
Ugh.
Such a disturbance in the ether. If I did not know better, I should think this device defective. And there is the explanation.
Soon it shall begin. Our Lord shall rise midst surging waves to wash away the finless ones. And I shall be granted the gift and knowledge of eternity, and with the emissary stand equal. Then shall I know no cessation, no oblivion.
Oh, I hate that sound. Oh, that's gross.
Whence comes this promise of immortality? The emissary? We have outstayed our welcome.
The gift and knowledge.
Are the two of you quite well?
We are now.
You shared that vision, did you not? Even before the Sahagin made mention of the emissary, I recognized Elidibus's words. He is behind this. But surely it is not within his power to grant the echo.
My lady, unless we act swiftly, Leviathan will rise again. The Admiral has already requested that we intervene to prevent this. Failing that, we are to attend to the Primal's extermination.
She will have our full cooperation. Let us make haste to Limsa Lominsa. I mean to play a part in this mission. Tataru, pray, take charge in my absence.
Ooh.
My lady, are you sure this is wise?
I am aware of the risks, but there is something I must see with mine own eyes. The true nature of the echo.
Very well. I shall not stand in your way. On the condition that you permit me to accompany you as bodyguard.
Your company is ever welcome, Thancred.
I take it something ill is afoot.
Aye, a Primal is about to be loosed upon Eorzea.
A primal?
A godlike being whose very existence is a bane upon the land. We scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to put an end to their kind.
I see. Know then that I am learned in the arts of war. In return for the kindness you have shown my people, I would lend you my blade.
It would be most welcome. When contending with a Primal, one can never have too many able allies. If you crave a more intimate understanding of the problems facing Eorzea, this experience is like to provide it. Be sure to come well prepared.
Oh, I will. All right. Anyone in here I can talk to? No. Okay. The sea rises. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think that eventuality inevitable. Yet so long as there is a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our effort toward achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time, and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Okay. To Limsa! We're about halfway through this patch. Depending on how long the video is at the end, we also, I'm hopeful, going to throw in the Syrcus Tower raid. Since we have to be done with those before the end of the A Realm Reborn post-game anyway. You are expected. Pray take this lift to the command room. Melwim. The Barracuda. Welcome, friends. I take it Y'shtola has apprised you of the situation. I can't do her voice, especially now, with how my throat is shot. Let us waste no time, then. According to our best intelligence, the Sahagin had not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Thanalin to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I am not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom makes ready to launch a large-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the Scion's support in this endeavor. But if gods forbid, our efforts should come to naught, I will need to trouble you for more than mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfilia, I am given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will say only that there is something I would see with mine own eyes. Is that so? I am not so stubborn as to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Ambellina, Maelstrom scouts are currently reconnoitering Sahagin movements with the Sapsa spawning grounds. Upon completing their mission, they will return to their operations staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way there forthwith, that you might be apprised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falk Breda has charge of the garrison. Okay. In case I wasn't clear, time is short, Ambellina. Make haste to Camp Skull Valley and request the latest intelligence. There may not be a better chance to learn the true nature of the Echo. I cannot well allow the opportunity to pass me by. Okay then. To Aleport. Bam, 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 bam. Hey, it's Thancred. You blend in very well, sir. The area has been altered beyond recognition. 'Tis sad indeed when the places of your past may only be visited in memory. Can I go inside here? No. I couldn't remember for sure. Ah, here's Y'shtola and Yugiri. Of late, this area has played host to many a bloody skirmish between Lominson and Sahagin forces. A soldier of the Maelstrom has kindly furnished me with the information on the enemy. Armed with this knowledge, I promise you that my presence will count for something. Atmahas. Adventurer, ma'am, how might I be of service? Nope. I've been expecting you, Scion of the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent Leviathan's return. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reconnoiter the Sapsa's spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom has never faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, they have orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet, their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it is not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Sapsa all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend those who may have been wounded. Though it pains me to even consider the notion, if they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose at this juncture. Oh, I will venture as far as I need to. What quest do I have? Oh, it's Sestasha. Alright, I haven't completed that one yet. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Where? Oh, here we go. Help! Somebody! Thank you, I owe you my life. We were ambushed by the Serpent Reavers. Lightly armed as we were, we didn't stand a chance. I was able to flee this far, but the others were captured. They were taken to the Serpent's Tongue, I'm sure of it. I can make my own way back to camp, but I fear the worst for my comrades. Save them, I beg you. You got it, buddy. I shall save them. What man would be? Ooh. Might be a little hard to save him, not gonna lie. Looky here, lads. Fresh meat for the larder. We failed. I mean, these people are dead no matter what, but still. Collect the soldiers' corpses. Now we gotta return the corpses to Falk Breda. And then we are 3 quests away. From the trial, from fighting Leviathan. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 quests left for this patch. Up, up and away. Y'shtola or Yugiri have anything different to say? Nope. You've returned. Thank the Navigator. When I learned that you went to the Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what became of the others? Dear gods. These wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds? Enemies or no, they go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the 2 who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. At the very least, one of my men came back alive. And for that, I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have the intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalizes the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. The Gift of Eternity. Thrice damned fishback bastards! I'll kill them slowly and then chase their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? My apologies, Admiral. You can count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the depths of Sapsa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. We but await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is like to be met with fierce resistance. Ah, but we are not so artless as that, Commander. We shall divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Sapsa Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. Valid. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin's legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue. Commander, you have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land there is devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levy spearhead the assault, and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-same moment, a diversionary squadron of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. In likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Ambellina and Y'shtola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy's defenses, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and Ugiri, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out of the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle round to join the infiltration unit of Y'shtola and Ambellina. When all has been set in motion, I shall cut myself a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as we agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! When last did we fight side by side, Ambellina? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. Go through the first checkpoint and defeat any Sahagin that appear. Ba-bum bum ba-bum bum bum ba-bum bum ba-bum bum bum. We need good infiltration music. We need Metal Gear music. We need some Harry Gregson Williams. The Sahagin have been alerted to your presence. We'll just let the arrow kill the other one now. And then once again, same thing. Shelf-tooth guard, shelf claw guard. You will pay with your lives. Now we gotta go to the final checkpoint. Drowned swordsmen and shelf-tooth guards. Rejoin Y'shtola. Oh, Axolotl. snuck in there right at the last second. Pray do not concern yourself. 'Twas but a glancing blow. Come, the Aetheryte is close at hand. Let us press on. This was voice acted, I believe.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both.
Good throw, Thancred.
Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans.
I love how he is holding it like he's a paladin.
But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency.
There we go. Beautiful.
To the Aetheryte!
She's a good shot, the Admiral.
You'll forgive me my lateness.
And there's our ninja rogue helpers.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers, tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea.
Oh no.
Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Y'all, I don't think we were there in time.
Do you feel that?
Do you?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What?
Such power! It is transcendent!
And he thinks himself immortal. Because it's just gonna take over and go into this one's body.
Seven hells.
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift! I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, I offer unto you this frail flesh, that you might grant your faithful servants deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Dun dun dun. Here he comes.
Heavens forfend.
Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. But it should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
I like how it just slowly disappears off the bottom of the screen.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates.
Dang.
Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Dun dun dun! Tsunami. We have important things to do. Ooh. Merewib. Wait, first. The gods of this realm are vengeful beings. 'Tis of little wonder the Garleans fear their kind so. If we meet Leviathan on the open sea, we put ourselves at the Primal's mercy. We must think of a way to face him on equal terms. Though the mission ended in failure, I take solace in the knowledge that Minfilia is unharmed. Had only we arrived but a moment earlier! There is no time to brood over what might have been. Leviathan is returned, and we must needs find a way to deal with him. Understand, I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raze entire coastal settlements, if his last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated. Yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Into the heart of the world. Though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So long as Leviathan remains in the open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none. Of that you may be sure, but Limlane herself would struggle to best the Lord of the World in his element. In a straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan. One that much is plain. Let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the commander's room or something like that. I pressed the button too fast. Ba-da-bum, bum, bum. Oh, jump. There we go. Gotta get around that corner. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Woo! You are expected in the command room. Pray do not keep the Admiral waiting. To confront the Lord of the World in his watery domain is far from ideal, yet he is not like to come to us. Would that he lacked the means to strike us from afar. When I saw Leviathan rise from the depths, I cannot well describe what I felt. No words could prepare one for such a sight. Being the observant adventurer that you are, you will doubtless have noticed my dagger work back at Sapsa. You know me, Ambellina. I like to dabble in a bit of this and a bit of that. The Sahagin Elder claimed to have become eternal, yet he was summarily consumed by Leviathan. What might this imply? If Leviathan is allowed to unleash a tidal wave, nothing within 10 malms of the coast will be safe, let alone Limsa. I trust you see what's at stake here.
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, 'twas called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The primal must be stopped.
And it will.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the company of heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
He did?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed two ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder.
Interesting, and how would you know that?
By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
That is true.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel.
I think we all see the plan.
Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafirson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
Hey!
At once, Admiral.
At once, Admiral. I know his secret.
And
He
then there
is
the small
Mistbeard.
matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsolominsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Alright. Yestola. To confront the Lord of the Whirl in his watery domain is far from ideal, yet he is not like to come to us. Oh, would that he lacked the means to strike us from afar. Wait, that's literally what she said before. Oh, that's all, they're all saying the same thing. I have my people working triple shifts on the twin vessel, but it will take some time yet, time we may not have. 7 hells, this waiting is liable to drive the lot of us mad. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in the days of yore, but I confess that I had never truly believed them. That I should live to behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I have come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Garleans fear them so. What is it? Message, Admiral. I judge it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. Oh, it's gonna be what's-his-bucket. One of the company of heroes? The details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put any store by this claim, and even should it be true, it has, as Y'shtola said, none save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, what could he tell us that we do not all know already? It's gonna be Tractome. And yet, having wagered Limsalogminster's survival on 2 ships, some rope, and a pile of crystals, can we afford to ignore this man? His testimony could yield us any manner of advantage should we not hear it. Damn it all. The twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom's report on this supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Ambellina, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be a resident of the Grey Fleet in Lower Lanosia. The Storm Private sent to question him should already be in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. Okay, that's all the same. Storm Private at the Grey Fleet. Which I believe the closest teleport will be to go to the Aetheryte here. And then hop to the gate. And then go south. Because I don't think the Grey Fleet, yeah. Ooh, because I'm pretty sure this is the same dude that claims he knew how to fight Titus when you were going after Titan. Old Titus. And he was horrible at it. And I'm pretty sure we show up and he goes, "Oh, God, it's not you. Anyone but you." Miller in need. Yep, Tractome. Call me a working man, I reckon that's what I am. Drinking under the chief's nose, sneaking out the back door, and nobody will ever know. I'm pretty sure that's not the voice I gave him in the earlier part when we saw him. Now look here, you. You'll have your bloody story, right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick those oranges for you. And before I mucked out the chocobo stables. And before I rolled that millstone over to the mill. And also before... Gods, man, I've worked you 3 days straight without a wink. I've worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? I suppose some of us just ain't made for the rougher stuff. Alright, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Tractome ain't a generous soul. Now prick up your ears, cause I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see? Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting, you ken? The tale of Tractome's epic victory over the dread primal, Leviabatus. Now Leviabatus is huge, make no mistake. To give you an idea of how big, Each of his scale is about as wide across as me members long. And that's no mean feat, let me tell you. When I fought him, I could barely see for all the brine he was pelting me with. Must have been a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Well, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of heroes handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic. Mayhap too modest. Now, there's some as say you can never truly beat Leviabetus. That you've got to learn to live with him and make the best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. The double take. Oh, it's you! I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I was never part of the company of heroes. I'm no marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm chocobo dung. No, I'm the maggots you find wriggling in chocobo dung. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and that don't happen much. That's not good. That's bad. My member's tiny. It's pathetic. I sure as hell didn't fight Leviabetus, but I have seen him with me own eyes. It was a fair few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking me duties one day, loitering about the harbor when I saw it. A great big massive sea serpent some malms off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I soiled myself right then and there. Well, oh God, just remembering the day made me soil myself all over again. Wait, if you're asking after Leviabetus, it means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He really is terrible, dreadful, I tell you. If you're not careful, you'll end up in his gullet or at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless, lying whoreson. I can't believe you made me handle chocobo dung. Ambellina, this is Menphilia. Were you able to learn aught of use against Leviathan? I beg your pardon? Leviabetus. I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. The twin vessel is now complete. We await you at the Moraby dry docks. Pray make your way here as soon as you are able. Okay. I am able to go to the Moraby dry docks. Everyone's here. Oh, would that we had armed ourselves with more knowledge beforehand. Well, it cannot now be helped. I take comfort in the fact that you have faced odds worse in the past, and have ever prevailed. You will do so again, of that I have no doubt. To complete the twin vessel in so short a time, and with limited materials, the people of Naldic and Vimelis have won an admirer in me. When first Master Ironzar proposed the twin vessel, I must confess that I had my doubts. Only now that the War Leader is complete do I see the elegance of this solution. It will require no small amount of helmsmanship to tow the War Leader. I dare say delivering you safely to Leviathan will be a battle in itself. In order to build the War Leader, we had to decommission 2 perfectly serviceable galleons. Suffice it to say, their captains weren't best pleased with that notion, but when I offered them the chance to keep their ships and face Leviathan in our stead, they magnanimously withdrew their complaints. We must all make sacrifices for the greater good, they said. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies, lass. I'll wager it served to take your mind off the events of recent days, though. But enough of that nonsense. The moment of truth is upon us. The twin vessel, the World Eater, I call her, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prodigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might maneuver freely in battle. I would mention also that she is nigh unsinkable, but I'm not one to tempt fate. The War Leader and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. Alright, I give the word. I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the World Eater may not be pretty, but I assure you she's capable. She has been fitted with what our friends at Naldik and Vimelis are calling an elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defense. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversions. Thancred and Y'shtola, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfill its purpose, your diversionary force must not want for numbers. By your leave, I too would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it. Having seen you fight in Sapsa, I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Thancred and Y'shtola, if you would join the 3rd levy, and Lady Ugiri the 5th. But what words have I for the woman who has made a sport of slaying gods? Only these. Go warily, for the sea is an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add a few words of mine own. Know that we all have the utmost faith in you, Ambellina. May the crystal bless and keep you. Bom 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 bom. The World Eater, now accessible. Alright, and we're back. Although to you, YouTube, I was never even really gone. And here we go, I think. Here we go. I forgot how long this intro was. And there's like no talking. Except for the people in party chat. Okay, we gotta quickly defeat the Gyre Spires. Spumes. Oh, I don't think we got it in time. Oh, that's gonna be close. Woo, we did. GG, y'all. Easy enough. Woo! 2 player commendations, I'll take it. Back to Limsa. This way. Knowing the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today I will permit myself a few words. I feel truly privileged to have had the honor of admitting a hero such as you. You are an inspiration to us all, madam, and on that note, the Admiral awaits you in the command room. A number of things did not go exactly as planned, I will admit. Leviathan denied us the luxury of ramming him, for one. Let's not quibble over the manner of the victory, eh? If Limsa is safe and we are yet undrowned, I conclude that it has been a good day. Now go and bask in the Admiral's gratitude, will you? You have certainly earned it. My congratulations, Ambellina. This victory will serve to quiet the Sahagin for the time at least. That such beings can be defeated runs contrary to all I know. Whence comes your strength and sense of purpose? So often do you achieve the impossible that I fear my words of congratulations will begin to sound repetitive, if indeed they have not already. With this in mind, I shall say only that I am glad of your safe return. Another notch on the old belt, is it? Well done, my friend. Were I a god, I dare say I would tremble at your summoning. Please let it be voice acted so I can eat.
We Lominsons are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks.
And I humbly accept.
'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
I love this part too, because she knows.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated. This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man. Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa Lominsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
And he did.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
No, she don't, buddy.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa Lominsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Moderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
Well, that's nice of you, Admiral.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagin's reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say.
Look at you, Giddy's arm, just chilling over here.
But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course then, but know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us.
True.
When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
Come back, webcam. When Yugiri met the fraternity, the Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands a gate leading to a pier for smaller fishing vessels. Look for an inconspicuous Huron man there, and present the letter to him. He serves as a gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I am obliged to remind you that the members of the fraternity to which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of Lominson's society. They value their independence more highly than pirates, and are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. It would be penned by the Admiral herself. Mere words on parchment will get you only so far into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Do 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 do. Phew. I don't want to teleport, actually. Like right over here. Soon, Charlatan Maiden, I will talk to you and become a sage. Shadowy woman. What? Didn't your mammy teach you it's rude to stare? Got business with me, Venturer. So you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Thancred, too. Been a while since I saw his shite-eating grin. But with all the doe-eyed wenches about, I expect he's got his hands full. Ah, and you must be the Far Easterner what Melweb says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, my lady. I am Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honor to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organization, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. They hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we've got nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited to this purpose. I see. Know that the practitioners of my art, too, are denizens of shadow. 'Tis in stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the seven hells are we waiting for? If you'd come with us, Yugiri of What's-It, you can get acquainted in more private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Lady Ambellina, I shall remain with these people for a time that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long, I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honor to welcome you as a student. Complete. Boom, 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 boom. Core, it's been ages since Thancred up and left the sisters. What I wouldn't give to run with the old scoundrel again, just like back in the old days. Far Eastern combat, eh? I must say my curiosity's fairly piqued. Through the Maelstrom. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice it to say, I did not envisage being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you have pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When next you meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would that I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, Warrior of Light. Alright, to the Rising Stones. Wrong way. We're gonna run the long way around. Ooh, we got more people to talk to. I've been tasked with helping out in the kitchen. Once I have grown accustomed to my duties, I hope to treat our hosts to traditional Doman cuisine. In my native land, there exists individuals not unlike these adventurers. Yet without a master to serve, how does one know what path that one must walk? An adventurer bends not to authority, but lives and acts according to his own beliefs. He is the master of his own destiny. What if you wanted to solve a problem that's already happened, like the Garleans destroying Doma? History is our friend, young one. The answers to the problems of the present are oft to be found within the past. We need but seek them out. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Rising Stones. With your cooperation, we hope to grow rich and transform this place into the piling gold. Oh, Ambellina, forgive me, but I must see to the Doman's needs. The Rising Stones. What a peculiar name for a sanctuary. You do flatter me, dear, and I do believe you have had a bit too much to drink. Some 15 years ago, a mission took me to Uldar. 'Twas then that I first chanced to gaze upon your beauty. I was utterly transfixed. I dared not blink, lest I deprive myself of even a split second of your radiance. What in the seven hells are you doing up there? Get down here before you fall and break your neck. You think this is impressive? In Doma, we train to run in the treetops. Don't mind Papa Limo. He's making a fuss over nothing as usual. Oh wait. Yozan's sense of balance is amazing for a boy of his age. I wonder how he got so good. Some of the Domans wanted to learn how to fight, and it's fallen to me to oversee their training. First, I need to find suitable equipment for everyone. Are you talking to yourself over here? No, you're just pointing and looking. Okay. Alright, Minfilia. It's time for us to finish this expansion.
I have
Well, this
been reflecting upon the
post-game
events which
part.
took place during our visit
This
to
patch.
Bilgrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, his spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the Echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the Echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long.
More info on the students of Valdesian?
Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is Artemis?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Valdesian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
"12 preserve."
Done. Done. Dun.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Dun, dun, dun again. So many cliffhanger drops. Okay. Let's bring back the webcam. There we go. Through the Maelstrom. I think we have enough time to do the second Crystal Tower raid. Alright, they all seem to be saying the same thing. Let's go pick up the next quest for Crystal Tower. And then run the Syrcus Tower. I believe it'll be this... yeah, because there's the Crystal Tower in the distance. I will find my way. I will go the distance. Alright, Rambros. Syrcus Tower. What are he and Graha fighting over? Oh, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'd be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Syrcus Tower, the Elegans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. And so the situation stands, my friends, until we gain entry into the lower tower. I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste. But I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are? Be at ease, friends, for we share the same goal. I am Unai, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allegan civilization, sent by the students of Baldessian to assist in your endeavor. Unai and Doga. Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing. But I digress. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word of your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isle of Val, I should think that they have rather more pressing concerns. We can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. What is it, Graha? Ugh, 'tis nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have Allegan eyes as well. This sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allegans, yet I inherited it from my father as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies. We have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Alleg. As your eye has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have not to lose by accepting their aid. What say you? If that is your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the student of Baldessian with students of Baldessian when I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Unai and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Syrcus Tower entrance. I promise you'll not have cause to regret your decision. Ambellina, I should be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels. The 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Ambellina. With Unai and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. Boom, 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 boom. Bum, 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 bum. I hate that we can't fly here. It's such a long run otherwise. Bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop, bleep, bloop. Well, if it isn't Ambellina, eager to enter Syrcus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going. Or rather, no going for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to... I forgot to talk to Wedge. I should have talked to Wedge first. Look at how bright everything that's gold shines here. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Unai and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Aleg, sent here by our friends of Baldessian to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defenses. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attire is aught to go by, your assistance should prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Syrcus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is we can't get it to open. It's sealed by some mechanism whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via more orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a Magitech cannon. Nothing so much as put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels, but that doesn't make it any less effective a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it, a man and a woman respectant, elegant royalty by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. Like as not, it is probably them. Oh. If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, Why should we exert ourselves when the gate will open of its own accord? Wow. Wow. This is where on an initial playthrough you might be like, did we just let the bad people in to activate the tower? The shocked look on his face. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. Seven hells! What is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Exactly as he passed down through legend, I am delighted to see. It's Nero. Sorry, it's the outlandish man. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive. Garland, Garland, if I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. Ah, but I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is for all intents and purposes defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intent, 'tis only my just deserts. But I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these two odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was the symbol of ancient Alleg's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these two are descended from Allegan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty, living keys born of Allegan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creator gave your kind. Is that not so? Twould seem that time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 Sentinels. There is much and more to tell. It do not please me. I would just like to get to the tower, please. Very well. Dang it, Graha. Seven hells, do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland, you know me better than to think that I spoke in jest. What more will it take for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An Allegan tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you, and a deal more besides. It used to be the jealously guarded property of the 14th Legion, but it's yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. Ah, yes. The old man couple. I say as Sid's 32. I'm older than Sid. I am as old as Sid. Unai. You have every right to mistrust us, but I beg you to hear us out. Long have we waited for this opportunity to fulfill our life's purpose. Let us hear what Unai and Doga have to say. It will not be too late to decide upon a course of action thereafter. It goes without saying that Nero can't be trusted. We'd do well to keep an eye on him at all times. To think the Alligans could make copies of people. If this knowledge were to fall into the wrong hands, the world would become a terrible place. I shudder to imagine a dozen bigs shouting at me all day long. The Chief and Nero go all the way back to the Magitech Academy. It's an exclusive school situated in the capital, reserved for the Empire's brightest elite. I don't know the nitty-gritty details, but they didn't get along back then, and they don't get along now. Fate's a bastard for bringing them together again. We may not have gotten off to the best of starts, but the past is in the past. Yesterday's enemies can yet be today's friends. Do you not agree, Warrior of Light? Nope. Want to talk to Doga. If you are ready to listen, we shall tell you all. As it pertains closely to your investigation, your leader, Rambros, may wish to be present. Before we begin, pray allow me to apologize again. It was not our intent to deceive you. As you will have already gathered, we are not scholars sent by the students of Aldessian. Nay, we are clones. Copies of people who once existed, given life through Alligan technology. This is rather a lot to take in. If it would not be considered unseemly, might I ask why you and yours were created? And more specifically, what is it that you now seek to do? Answering your questions require that we revisit Alligan history. Pray bear with us. The Alligan Empire reached its zenith long before our kind came into being. In that glorious age, the Crystal Tower stood tall as the symbol of Alligan pride. Parents took their children there, that they might learn how the nigh limitless energy it produced brought prosperity to the whole empire. That prosperity, however, bred decadence, and the empire began to show signs of stagnation. This decline was made all the more rapid for want of strong leadership. In a matter of generations, the Alligan civilization became a pale shadow of its former self. Its once gleaming cities fell into disrepair, and its frontier lands were given over to the wilderness. Lamenting the pitiful state of affairs, one technologist made it his mission to restore Allig to greatness. Amon was his name, and he believed that the ailing empire wanted for but a potent ruler, and none was more potent than its founding father, whom he sought to resurrect. The founding father? You cannot mean Emperor Zandi. None other. As part of his experiments, Amon created clones of the Emperor's descendants. We are the products of that experiment, copies of Unai and Doga. Historical texts mention the reigns of two Alligan emperors named Zandi. It was commonly believed that the second was the namesake of the first. After all, such a custom is not uncommon among royalty and commoners alike. To think that the two were in fact one and the same, and it's Hermes from Endwalker. Yup. Ah, Hermes. And Daniel. Asai. A character who annoyed me through the whole game. Not that I didn't like his character. I just hated his character. His character, very well written. Very well written. Just hated everything he stood for. Zandi returned from the grave and assumed his throne once more. And true to Amon's prediction, the Emperor restored his realm to the glory it once knew. Would that he could have been satisfied with that. In his previous life, the Emperor desired to bring the entire world under Allagan dominion, an ambition that ultimately went unfulfilled. Having been granted a second chance, he was determined to succeed. Realizing that he needed more power to wage his war of conquest, Xandi turned his sights toward a forbidden source, darkness. In order to learn how to harness this power, he converted the Crystal Tower into a restricted research facility. Darkness again. Seven hells, what is it with megalomaniacal rulers turning to darkness in their lust for power? Well, at least this one won't be bothering us, being thousands of years dead and all. Would that you were right, Master Garland. Alas, Emperor Xandi is very much alive. Within Syrcus Tower he still abides, his ambition burning all the more ardently for his empire's collapse. Wielding the power of darkness requires prodigious amounts of energy that not even the Crystal Tower could produce. In order to augment the shortfall, Dalamud was created and launched into the heavens. On high it hung, gathering the sun's energy and channeling it to the tower below. However, a miscalculation resulted in a surge of energy that escaped into the land. This triggered an earthquake of unprecedented violence, the calamity that ushered in the Fourth Umbral Era. In the blinking of an eye, the mighty Allagan Empire was laid to waste. Yet even as the Crystal Tower was sinking into the earth, the technologist Amon, now Emperor Xandi's closest aide, invoked powerful magics and halted the flow of time. Every soul within the structure, the Emperor included, was placed in a deep slumber. In that state they were to remain until the time was ripe to awaken. Eras came and went. After millennia lying dormant, Dalamud was summoned back to the earth. Its descent triggered the Seventh Umbral Calamity, in the wake of which the Crystal Tower re-emerged. At that moment, Emperor Xandi awakened. In his lust for power, the Emperor consorted with darkness and was seduced by its corrupting influence. Even though his empire is now little more than a fading memory, he will stop at nothing to see his ambition realized. Boom, 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 boom. 'Tis for no other purpose but to put an end to Xandi's madness that we exist. This is the mantle we have inherited from our namesakes, the true Unai and Doga. Fearing what might befall the world, the two of them sought to thwart their emperor. They gave us their will, that we might carry on their mission should they fail. When we came to our senses within the Crystal Tower, we deliberated a course of action. Concluding that we alone could not overcome Xandi, we struck out to find a worthy ally. It has taken years, but our search is finally over. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can cut a path through the labyrinth of the ancients. With you as our champion, Ambellina, we are confident that we can end Xandi's dark ambition once and for all. Well, that'll teach me for speaking too soon. Setting my chagrin aside, I see now why you knew about the students of Baldessian among a host of other things. You were observing our investigation the whole time. So what will we do, Ambellina? The world's in grave danger again, and it just so happens you're an expert at saving it. You have our eternal gratitude. Together let us see the Allagan Empire's dark past laid to rest. Syrcus Tower now accessible? Oh. It has been our mission to recover the long-lost knowledge of the Allagan civilization. But what worth is that knowledge if it means subjecting the realm to peril? Truth be told, it pains me to think that the tower's secrets may become lost to us, but the greater good must ever come first. Besides, no quantity of ancient relics can compare to our friends Unai and Doga. Living, breathing Allagans. and so I hereby declare a change in Noah's objective. Henceforth, we shall direct all efforts towards sealing off Syrcus Tower. Its dark secrets must never know the light of day. Ambellina, as you did for us within the Labyrinth of the Ancients, I would have you enter the structure and eliminate hostile elements. Suffice it to say, this includes Emperor Zandi himself. Meanwhile, the rest of us shall examine ways to isolate Syrcus Tower from the outside world. To work, then! Bum bum ba ba da ba dum. Look at Nero and Sid fighting in the background. Wait, there is something I must know. My right eye is like yours. Does this mean? You inherited the trait from your father, you said. Know that clones are unable to bear offspring. You have no cause for concern. The elegant eye you called it, but to us it is the royal eye, owing to the fact that the trait manifests only in those possessed of royal blood. I cannot well explain why the eye runs in your line, but I am disinclined to think it a coincidence. Though you are doubtless impatient to learn the truth, pray have patience. All will be revealed in due time. Now I think we get Syrcus Tower now accessible. No, not yet? Okay. Within Syrcus Tower, you will encounter clones who share our appearance. Though they too were created in the image of Doga and Unai, they are but empty husks bereft of independent will. Their sole purpose is to eliminate intruders. Striking down spitting images of Unai and myself may give you pause, but you must not let that stay your hand. Though their names do not appear to have survived the passage of time, Doga and Unai were worthy individuals. They were not without faults, but they placed the welfare of the people above all else. When Zandi was resurrected, they supported his second ascension to the throne, in hopes that the Empire would flourish once more under his leadership. When it came to light that Zandi was consorting with dark powers, they did all within their power to stop him. Among their many acts, they imbued us, two humble clones, with their will. Alright, Raha. My apologies if I have given you cause to worry. I am quite well, I assure you. As you can appreciate, there has been much for me to think on. But now is the time for action, not idle thoughts. Syrcus Tower awaits us. Your task is to eliminate all hostile elements within the structure, Zandi himself included. This will afford us the chance to seal off the facility. May the crystal grant you strength. Syrcus Tower now accessible. Woo! So we get rid of the War Leader. We go Syrcus Tower. Oh my god, it was instant. The truth of my eye is ever on my mind, but right now every man of us has a job to do. Rest assured, I shan't allow myself to be distracted. Doo-doo. Bow, 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 wow, wow. I'm glad it was an instant queue, honestly. Alright, Let's see if we can get this done in about 15 minutes. I like that I'm paired with a sage. The gathering is sealed off. Let me see. There is how many white mages in here? 4 white mages. I noticed because I saw frickin' 4 of our arrows. Our dots just chilling on Scylla. We're gonna kill him before the ancient flare goes off. I believe. Let's go. Proud of us, team. 1 boss down. 3 to go? Yeah, 3 to go. Because we have like Lattice, Laba something. And then we have Amon as the 3rd boss. And then finally Zandy as the 4th boss. Glacius Labolus. I was close with Gladys. vile utterance. Activating support protocol. Charging energy stores. Ow. I don't think I have cast a single heal yet. This dungeon. Ow! While I appreciate my co-healer throwing a Druacole on me, it was fine. I stood in the wrong spot. Like, I got cleaved by being in front of the tank. Or in front of the boss by the tanks. And now we're on to the food boss. At least this was a very quick dungeon. I don't know why I'm talking like this now, but sometimes I do. It's fun, I think, maybe. This... Okay. I was like, this might be a problem. And now I guess we will see if people let me watch the cutscene. I mean, I'm gonna watch the cutscene either way. And if they don't, I genuinely don't care. It's less that I have to fight, but I'm gonna watch the cutscene, so. Ooh. And it's not a long one, but. You fight valiantly, mortals, but to no avail. Absolute darkness draws nigh. Soon it will be unleashed. Something, something. Yo, we got some good juicy drama going on in priority chat right now. Apparently, Alliance A's healers aren't healing their tank or something. And our Sage is healing, because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think I have cast a single healing spell this entire dungeon, this entire raid. Life is a circus. Cool. Let's see what we get here. What kind of cutscene? Because I don't remember. It's been like 2 years since I last ran this. Ambellina. You did it! You defeated Emperor Zandi. Empires may rise and fall, but man's indefatigable spirit ever lives on. Truly, you are the champion we had hoped for, Ambellina Initari. With Emperor Zandi now at eternal rest, his dark legacy may be undone. His etheric reader. What are you playing at now, Nero? In case you haven't noticed, Garland, these are dangerous surrounds. Can a man be faulted for exercising due caution? At any rate, you needn't mind me. I am perfectly capable of looking after myself. Go on and finish what you came to do. There are two ways that we may seal off Syrcus Tower. Either isolate it from the outside world, or cripple its ability to produce energy. The choice of method is yours to make. Before you proceed, however, Doga and I must needs attend to a task. I think this is when they... Is this when they die? Or is this when they get sucked in? That distortion. What is it? The darkness. The void, if you will. The 13th. The power that Xandi sought to obtain comes from the void. The world of darkness, our people called it. And the true nature of that power was none other than the armies of Voidsent. Voidsent feed on ether, as you may already know, and no plane is richer in it than ours. In exchange for their allegiance, Xandi entered into an unholy covenant. He would open a gate through which the Voidsent could freely enter our world. The covenant, I'm afraid to say, is still in effect. However, being of the Emperor's lineage, Unai and I believe we can annul it. By his blood, Xandi sealed his Dark Pact. By our blood, it shall be undone. It is time. Yes, Doga. Finally, we may fulfill our purpose. Meanwhile, Nero's in the background just trying to find anything. Oh, be still, my beating heart. For a moment I feared that this outing would end in disappointment, but my readings were not mistaken. Not even the Ultima weapon compares to this. What are you going on about? The covenant is everlasting. Oh no. It's evil Unai and Dogas. And so Mericidia is brought into the fold. Soon all the world shall be reunited under Allegan rule. And yet, with every dream that becomes reality, the memory of death grows ever more vivid. An endless void, bereft of light and warmth. Though I may have defeated death, it did not leave me unscathed. Nay, its ravening claws have scarred my soul for eternity. Never shall I know peace. Beings without will, you cannot fathom my rage, my melancholy, my fear. What worth is wealth and power when all must inevitably be consigned to nothingness? If man has nothing, he need not know the pain of loss. So let there be nothing. Harvest more power, that the gate may be thrown full open. Let the cloud of darkness come and engulf the world, devouring all life, hopes, and dreams. Let all be returned to nothingness. Wee wee wee. Wee wee wee. Good shot, Graha. My friend, Ambellina, pull yourself together. Is there no end to them? What in the seven hells is happening? Ah, not now, damn it. Oh, Sid! I forgot that their gunblades are just legit gunblades. Nero! Were they part of your grand plan too? Save your jokes, Garland. I didn't put up with your arrogant face to play with worthless clones. Something controls them. A void scent and no ordinary one at that. Doga! And Unai is taken too. Confound it. Without them, there's no way to master the darkness. That power is mine. Just chucks the gunblade. And it takes both of them. Nero! The Covenant shall be honored. I am the cloud of darkness. I shall devour your light and return this world to the void. Damn it! The rift is gone. What are we supposed to do now? As much as it pains me to leave without them, there's precious little we can do. Let us return to the Find and consult Rambrose. A shattered orchestrion roll has been added to the loot list. Oh, I need to use this real quick. I'll do it in a minute. Oh my goodness. That is a very pretty robe of healing, actually. Oh, it's got dog paws. Leave the 8 sentinels. I don't think I've ever really looked at that robe of healing before. Aha! Do 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 do. All this happened within the tower. Gods preserve. The rift that manifested before the throne was a void gate. Of this I am certain. There exists myriad kinds of void scent. The more powerful the being, the larger the gate must be for it to pass through. It would seem that Xandi sought to open a gate of unprecedented proportions, one that would allow this cloud of darkness entry into our world. Fortunately for all mankind, he did not succeed. I shudder to imagine what this void scent is capable of. However dreadful it may be, we can't abandon our friends. If there is there no way to save them? I will not lie to you, Master Garland. The situation is bleak. Though void scent can enter our world, instances of man entering the void have never been documented. It pains me to give voice to my fears, but we do not even know whether our friends are still alive. Damn it! I feel so helpless. No, I refuse to give up. We must save Doga and Unai. We share the same eye, 'tis true, but that is not what motivates me. Above all, I wish to help them to fulfill their mission. A mission whose burden they have borne for thousands of years. And besides, we cannot leave matters as they are. So long as Zandy's Dark Covenant is binding, our world is in danger. 'Tis our duty to prevent the worst from coming to pass. Raha, ever since meeting Unai and Doga, you have not quite been yourself. Tell me true, is all well with your eye? I honestly cannot say. I know only that there is a memory that I must recall. As a child, my father told me the truth of our eye rests with Alec. The answer still eludes me still, but one day I will find it. I am with Graha. However slim the odds, we must try to save Unai and Doga. Aye, and that bastard Nero as well, if only to make certain that he won't make any more mischief. You have the right of it. Though we have known them but briefly, Doga and Unai are our comrades. We cannot fail them. I shall consult experts in literature both. I swear to leave no stone unturned. Yet I know that it may be a while before we are ready to act. I would ask that you all be patient. When dealing with the void, one cannot be cautious enough. My thanks again for your assistance. Pray rest now while you can. But when the time comes to go after our friends, you must be at no less than full strength. We'll save them yet, Ambellina. Mark my words. Complete. And with that, I think we will be ending this video, YouTube. Let me talk to Raha real quick. Being born with one red eye, I did not have the most pleasant of childhoods. You know what they say, children can be cruel. The end result being that I grew up determined to uncover the truth of the trait. Much and more yet remains beyond my knowing, but one thing is certain. The nearer I draw to the heart of the Crystal Tower, the more I am convinced that an important memory eludes me. Void gates and the like are a thaumaturge's domain. Engineers like me and Wedge are out of our depth. Having said that, we're not entirely useless here. The workings of the Crystal Tower itself are a language we understand. If there's something to decipher, we mean to decipher it. This is just my humble opinion, but a man like Emperor Zandy wouldn't leave anything to chance. Before we arrived at the tower's apex, he would have completed his preparations to open the Void Gate. That's why the gate manifested so soon after you defeated him, and poor Unai and Doga was sucked in. Thoroughness and the lust for nihility might make for a dreadful combination. Even with Dalamud in the heavens, the Crystal Tower is capable of... Even without Dalamud in the heavens, the Crystal Tower is capable of generating vast amounts of energy. It's only a matter of time before the Void Gate is thrown open fully. Knowing this, Nero used us in order to secure safe passage to the tower's apex. Though I doubt that any of us fell for his ruse, we let the scoundrel do as he pleased nonetheless. Deep down, we all want to believe that a man can change for the better. Alright, and with that, thank you so much for watching, YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below and let me know what you thought of it. And that you can usually, but it's a little iffy right now, catch me live on Twitch at twitch.tv/CalebGamesHere, where I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting between 9 and 10 o'clock Pacific time in the morning. That's important. I love you, YouTube, and I will see you around.